Hello, David Taub here from Next Level Guitar. Hope everyone is doing well. And I'm going to be spending some time in some coming lessons answering more questions because we're just getting inundated with emails, and they're all great questions from the good people, and I'm going to be answering more and more of them as we go along. So we try to get it back to as many people as we can with email, or we'll answer some of your questions here in bulk. One of the most popular questions, believe it or not, that we've been getting here at Next Level Guitar is, what is that crazy looking guitar behind me hanging in my studio here? Well, let's take a look. This guitar is actually mid-70s Ovation Breadwinner. How could you not love a guitar that's named Breadwinner, right? This is Ovation's first attempt at making a solid body guitar in the 70s. And if you look at the headstock, everyone probably knows Ovation now for their acoustic instruments, right? But if you look at the headstock, it's the same design that's on their acoustic instruments. Okay? This is made at their factory in Hartford, Connecticut, United States, and it's a pretty cool guitar. And some pretty big name players have played or have had these over the years. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, Paul Stanley from Kiss, and I bought this used. This is all original. Okay, and some of the features of this guitar is it has an ebony neck, okay, which is kind of nice. It has two active pickups. The pickups are active, powered by two 9-volt batteries that are behind this cover here. Okay, this is all mahogany body, and the big dials, the knobs. It has a splitter to split the pickups, as well as a 3-position switch. And these guitars, they made them in colors too. They painted finishes. I've seen them in black. I've seen a few in the burst, like a tobacco burst. I've seen like a robin's egg blue, a white. I've seen like a black and a gray kind of burst. And they also made this in another body style where they cut out this chunk right here. And it looks a little bit different, but it's still called a Breadwinner. And they made a variation called a Deacon, and that's a really nice one too, because it has a binding on the neck and it has diamonds for the fret markers. That's kind of cool. It's a little bit more rare, I believe. I don't see those up for sale as much. This one has kind of a rarer pick guard that I don't see as much, and it has the same material on the truss rod adjustment cover here. I don't know if you could see that, but it's the same material used in the pick guard. You could still get these guitars today. Now, most guitars are always going to be worth more if they're in their original condition. This is all original. What people do to these a lot is they swap the pickups out, because these pickups, this guitar sounds very, very bright. That's why I don't play it live a lot. It's a little too bright for my taste. Sounds kind of like a Rickenbacker electric, if you know what that is. Very bright sounding. But this has the original pickup, so if you buy one that doesn't have the original ones, if you're interested in these, make sure you ask the previous owner, do you have the original pickups? Another thing you want to look for is right here in the bridge, these are plastic pieces that the strings go over. Those white pieces there are plastic. And later on, at times I guess they started to break, because a few years later they started to replace these from the factory with brass. So you know you have original one if you see these plastic. Sometimes people will go ahead and replace those and replace it with the brass ones. I haven't had any problems with these. I'm going to try to keep this all original. Not that it's worth a tremendous amount of money. You could still get these on eBay, you know, in fair condition, $500-600. If it's in really nice condition, maybe $700-800. The Deacons maybe a little bit more. And they came with a case, a special case for this to fit this shape. So if you want to get that, have it with the original case, it'll be worth more if possible. They're hard to find if you don't get one. Like if the case is gone and you want just the case, you're going to pay a lot just for that case. They're not around that much. The tuners, people I've seen replace those. You know they're original if they have. If you can see that on the back, I'll give you a little angle from the glare. It has that Ovation symbol, which is kind of like a round back acoustic guitar. Okay? And it has that symbol on the back of the tuners. That's how you know if it's all original. So it's fun. And that's what I think music and guitar is about a lot for me, is fun. And I think it's a fun guitar. And I have about a dozen guitars. I'm not a huge collector, but if I see some oddball piece that, you know, catches my eye, it could be fun, you know, I might get it. Or I like buying and trading and selling and swapping guitars. It's fun. So visit the world's biggest marketplace, eBay, and you could find some cool stuff. All right, so that should take care of your questions on what is this thing hanging behind me that looks like a battle axe. Ovation Breadwinner. And made, I believe, like a 73 to 78 or something, 79, something like that. It was in the 70s. This is a mid-70s model. I think you can even check online if you have one. The serial number is located right in the back on the second plate, and these two plates also should be original because the first one has the symbol Ovation, New Hartford, Connecticut, made in USA, and this one has a serial number, and then again it has the Ovation guitar with like a luthier working on it. So I'll give you a shot of those two plates so you could see those, because you'll want the guitar to have those plates on there. Bolt-on neck, ebony fretboard. All right, hope you found this mildly entertaining, and go to our website if you want to talk more about, we have lessons on gear, on amps, as well as over 250 instructional lessons, beginner, intermediate, advanced, jam tracks, written lessons. That's nextlevelguitar.com. Hit the orange subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube, and you'll get email notification from YouTube whenever we put out a new lesson, and sign up for our newsletter at nextlevelguitar.com, and we'll let you know of all of the latest happenings and goings Next Level Guitar. Thanks for tuning in. Keep the emails coming. We appreciate it. Take care, good people. Rock on.